had folks that started with the SciTech Festival at the very, very beginning, 10 years ago, with just the brainstorming sessions. And then we had folks who this was their first SciTech Festival event. So we just had the whole gambit, which was wonderful. We also talked, we got some great feedback on what the STEM Summit might look like on September 30th. And we also got a great new idea for a working group. So I'm very excited about that.
We also had a great spread of people who have been supporting the program for a really long time, and some who are here today as their very first event with SciTech. So it was wonderful to get to see everybody and connect. And we had a lot of excitement about the idea of a hybrid STEM Summit in September.
It's really cool because I got to interact with one of our chief science officers from Guanajuato. And so that was really nice. Got to know her a little bit better. She is 12 years old and is just phenomenal to speak with. And then I got to chat a little bit with Luis also, and you know, got caught up with the whole Argo crew and where they're at and what their next plans are. And he and I kind of came up with a couple of ideas that we'll broach with you all later. But yeah, it was cool. It was very nice.
Conversation. I think what's great is that we can, I love that we were able to talk about, things that we really are looking towards. For example, what does the next STEM Summit look like? Do we have it hybrid? Do we have it only digital? Do we have it in person? And I think people were really sharing a lot of great ideas. And I think just what's awesome is just to continue to see the passion and excitement that people have for STEM, and just really looking for those silver linings that we've learned from the season and people's continued interest to build and grow from where we're at. As STEM is not going away, I think it's what's been a really guiding factor throughout this past year. And so really love to see this collaboration continue to grow. And I think we'll be stronger in spite of everything that's happened. So thank you for being here tonight too. Thank you for everybody being here. I mean, what's really exciting is that this is now the 10th season of the SciTech Festival. And it's really awesome that we're able to share it with you and still be here and making this happen. The work really began in growing with organizations that came on and really believed it. When we started, nobody was even clear what a science festival would be like. And we're really grateful to the foundational partners that really helped to establish that support as it continued to grow. So thank you very much for our foundational partners who've been with us as we've grown this. What I'm really excited to do, throughout is really talk about our presenting sponsors. So Cox Communications has been one of those organizations that have been with us since we started. They sponsored us the first season, and really we've gone through a lot of evolution and opportunities with Cox. We had a student STEM reporters, we worked with them on a TV show, we worked them on Connect to STEM Awards, and it's been really exciting to have a partner that has come on board to really brainstorm what it could be. And I'm just really honored that we can thank Cox for continuing to be with us, especially during this year. And so we want to thank them for being there. The other one has been Arizona Commerce Authority as well, and really helping to stay on as a platinum sponsor year after year with that support to help us continue to grow. So thank you, sponsors, from from the bottom of our hearts. We also want to acknowledge our gold sponsors this season. And so we have Arizona Border Read-Ins. This year, we're really delighted that Zoom was able to come on board and support us as a digital sponsor, especially in this environment. Our home base, which is Max 6, Accountability, which helps us with phenomenal tech support, and KO Marketing, which has come on with some amazing website and digital support. So thank you to our gold sponsors. And then again, the silver sponsors, places like State Farm, SRP, they've been with us the whole time. Arizona Renaissance Festival, Arizona State University, Univision, Arizona Contigo, APS, Palo Verde, and Intel. Thank you so much for being here as silver sponsors. Okay, so bronze sponsors, want to thank you as well. So Arizona Tech Council, we have Steve here as well, who represents Tech Council, Arizona Parenting, On Semi, and Green Living Magazine. And then next are our copper sponsors. With Bayer, we actually were so happy to have the AZ529 plan come back on board. Zovio, Business Journal, Maricopa Community Colleges, ID Loam, and then our Titanium with Project Lead the Way in Midwestern. So I'm just we're really flattered to continue to have the sponsors support in this type of an environment and really believe that this can continue on and grow. I think that's what happened. So at this point, I'm honored to introduce our president and CEO of the SciTech Institute, Steve Zylstra. So thank you, Steve, for being here with us today.
Thank you, Jeremy. It's great to be here. I thought I would start today with a little bit of history. While the SciTech Festival is 10 years old, it started about 3 years before the festival. Many of you know that before running the Arizona Tech Council and the SciTech Institute, I ran the Pittsburgh Technology Council for a number of years. And we actually launched the Pittsburgh International SciTech Festival, I think in 2007, 6 or 7. And I actually did a benchmarking trip to Edinburgh, Scotland, where there's one of the oldest science festivals in the world, and learned a lot about this very long-running festival. Brought that knowledge back and launched a festival in Pittsburgh. I came back to Arizona in 2008. The governor at that time was Governor Napolitano. She put me on her STEM advisory board, and I started promoting this idea of bringing a festival to Arizona. And at the time I met Zan Simonson. Zan was the head of the Science Teachers Association. And she said, you know, I know this guy in San Diego. His name's Dr. Jeremy Bavender, and he runs the San Diego Science Festival. I know he's from Scottsdale and wants to come back to Arizona. You should talk to him. So Jeremy and I connected, and we started meeting on a regular basis. Jeremy started coming back and forth between San Diego and Phoenix, and finally, he was able to convince Dr. Michael Crow, the president of ASU, to help fund getting a science festival off the ground. And the rest is history, as they say. We're now in our 10th year. Jeremy has done a fabulous job of conceiving of the festival, bringing all the partners in, bringing the team together, and it's just been exciting. In fact, I remember back in the early days, there were 2 events I really remember. One was down at the Capitol. The entire street of Washington out from the Capitol was shut down, and there was all of this science being showcased, and thousands of people attending, and it was really just exciting to see it come to fruition. And then I also remember the first ASU Night of the Open Door, and all of these labs at ASU being open to the public. And I think there were maybe a few thousand people the first couple of years, but that has grown into well over 10 or 20,000. So the festival really has a life of its own today. And then finally, I just want to mention that over time, Jeremy and the team were able to grow the festival to over 900 partners across the state. And these partners really represent the ecosystem that we're trying to build across the state. Sandra Watson and I were fortunate to be named by this governor, Governor Ducey, to the first ever STEM event at the White House. And over a 2-day period, there were representatives from all 50 states, tribal nations, and territories, bringing all the thoughts about what was going on in STEM across the United States and its territories. And as a result of that, they developed a 5-year plan. And the number one recommendation, and by the way, 13 federal agencies bought into this 5-year STEM plan. The number one recommendation was the need to build STEM ecosystems, regional STEM ecosystems. So the festival has really brought together all of the partners that are necessary to build that ecosystem here in Arizona. So things are really taking off in STEM. This team has had a great deal to do with its success. And I just want to also thank all of the partners and all of the sponsors that have made this vision become a reality over the last 10 years. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. It's we've gone through a lot in these years, and just really looking back, it's come a long way. So thank you for the support, and as you said, the collaborators that have really believed in what it could be have really made all that difference. And so thank you. And this is what the purpose of this is, to hopefully get us together, talk about it, and continue to grow as a community.
It's time to get inspired virtually. The Arizona SciTech Festival is back for its 10th year, with events starting January 30th and running through the end of February. This year, the festival has expanded its online presence with more virtual events from across the state, so you can engage with the wonders of STEM from home. Enjoy science and technology-focused activities for all ages throughout the week, including signature events Saturdays. For a full list of in-person and streaming events, visit scitechinstitute.org.
And so, as mentioned prior, Cox has been one of those partners that we've worked with for 10 seasons. And we're really excited that Roxanne Wingate, the Senior Community Relations Specialist, has been able to join us tonight to say a few words at our event. Thank you, Roxanne, for being here.
I'm Roxanne Wingate, Senior Community Relations with Cox Communications. And as a proud supporter and presenting sponsor of the SciTech Festival, we are happy to celebrate the success of this year's event. For the past 10 years, the Arizona SciTech Festival has inspired interest and built awareness of STEM all around Arizona for students of all ages. Now, although this year's SciTech Festival did look a little different, since we all participated virtually, we were happy to see the festival continue to offer rich and exciting STEM content and events. At Cox, we have always been a champion of STEM. Much like we connect our customers with their technology needs, we're proud to partner with the SciTech Institute so we can continue to connect Arizona's youth with STEM education and awareness. And as a technology company that relies on top talent, Cox understands the importance of growing our STEM culture and awareness in Arizona. So on behalf of Cox, I want to thank you all for your participation in this year's festival and for all your hard work in making it a success. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, team. Thank you, everyone.
So thank you again, Roxanne. It's been so awesome to have your support, and just this year has been it's been interesting, kind of in terms of the uncertainty and growing it. Are we going to have in person? Or are we not? And just throughout the time, like the support and just really helping us make it through really made a huge difference this season. So thank you very much for making that happen. So now I believe we have some special guests joining us from the Arizona Renaissance Festival.
Today, Lady Beatrice and I are here on behalf of the Queen to offer our deepest congratulations to SciTech on 10 amazing years of discovery, exploration, and interaction in Arizona.
For the last decade, SciTech and the Arizona Renaissance Festival have been teaching students hands-on about life in the 16th century and letting the ideas of yesteryear continue to inspire us to this very day.
The festival has believed in SciTech since day one, and we sincerely thank you for a truly incredible partnership over the last decade.
Yes, it is a partnership that we look forward to continuing for another 10 years and more. Da Vinci sends his most heartfelt congrats to Jeremy, everyone at the Arizona Science Tech Festival.
With triple hearty huzzas, I think we could start this event properly for SciTech. Are you all willing to help us? Excellent news. We say hip hip, you all will reply with a hearty huzzah.
Are you ready? Hip hip. Huzzah!
And again, hip hip.
Now with the final farewell, we shall depart and let the celebration begin.
That was incredible. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Let's take a moment to reflect on the past 10 seasons as a reminder of 10 years of celebrating STEM in Arizona.
cool just to see, how it's evolved over the years, just each season and in the programs. And I don't know if any of you seen yourself or recognize some of the shots and the locations, but it's pretty cool to see them. I'm assuming we'll be able to have that online too and be able to see those pics later. And we appreciate everybody sending your pics in for that. So we'll try to reboot that a little bit later. So this season, the numbers is really interesting to look at the numbers. I would say overall it was a huge success, and looking at it, it's different successes. And so we're excited to share some of the details of the survey responses collected last month. And you can still submit responses for those surveys. And so that'll help to continue to update. We want to see as many numbers as we can. So, just some of the numbers to look at, it's different types of numbers. So by being digital, the amount of Facebook impressions, the amount of event views digitally was really high. And the thing that I'm really excited about our team was that we were able to support 256 events. And so there was a lot more opportunity to create events and bring in audiences that normally would have never joined. And we counted up the amount of footage, and we now have 189 hours of footage that can now be utilized throughout the year. And we still had 70 collaborators that helped to host and be part of the events. And so very appreciative of that collaborative work. And so with that, thank you on there. If you look at the visitor feedback, it's really exciting just to look at just visitors were still, and of course this is the visitors that responded. And so we don't know, when we're at the event, we can collect it there. These are the ones that responded there. But it was really exciting in terms of the STEM careers and awareness in the lives. People still had a very positive response, that they were more aware of what was happening. And then as a result, people still did things like they went and learned more about the event. They followed up with organizations. And the top reasons really were more distinct this year, that people came for more personal interests and curiosity. And in the past, a lot of people did go for supporting one another, and that we still saw that, but we did see people coming more for their personal enjoyment and engagement, which was really interesting to see that shift. But the demographics were still pretty consistent from last year to this year as well. And we put those up as well. And when we look at the collaborator feedback, and so this is from you, we were really happy to have a fair amount of responses from our collaborators that overall collaborator objectives were met, and that 95% were still somewhat to very satisfied with their participation. And the feedback overall is that they thought it increased attendees' awareness in STEM. It made learning fun, and they thought it was a great chance to connect with STEM in Arizona. But it was really interesting to see some shifts in terms of where people would put primary value of participating, is that it really, a lot of confidence building we saw happening this year with interacting with the public and increasing awareness of their organization, whereas less we would probably anticipate with new partnerships being built given the digital environment. And then the same thing with the value of the Arizona SciTech Festival. We really heard from you that really the main purpose you see for the organization is encouraging STEM in Arizona and helping to work towards a common vision, but that really encouraging STEM really showed a lot more this season, more than any of the other factors. And then this was one thing interesting, is that we did look at COVID impacts. And from a collaborator perspective, it was really interesting to see there was a lot of new participants this season that wouldn't have done last year. It actually was about 50%. But we did ask, how was the experience? Was it better? Was it the same? Was it worse? A lot worse. And we did have a lot of people say it was the same or better. And then there was some people that commented it was somewhat worse. And a lot of it did have to do with the digital environment, not being able to have the events and engage with people in person, often with the in-person expo events that these are known for. But like we had in the conversations before, we also asked, were people interested to continue in a digital space, either fully digital, hybrid? And it was really exciting to see that 57% were very likely, and we even had 23% that were somewhat likely. And so it looks like continuing in this type of space really created a whole new way to broaden participation. And we asked what was the reason for those responses. It was about reaching new audiences and people there. Even today, we can see we have several participants that are not from Arizona that are able to be here. We also asked parents in terms of just their opinions of what happened during COVID. And did it impact their child's STEM education? And 88% of parents that took the survey thought that the pandemic did adversely impact their child's STEM education. And so I think there's a lot of room that we can grow and build this season and next season about how we can really reach those families that feel like there was an impact on their STEM environment. But in terms of visitor feedback on the virtual experiences overall, a lot of visitors did say that it made it easier to attend and that they would attend in virtual events. Also, I would also say that the people who filled out the survey did it in a digital format, and so that might have had some bias there. So next I want to introduce Kelly Green, who really has been just phenomenal at really being the force behind SciTech, at really helping this festival be what it is today. Even today, putting those slides together, putting it in a much stronger format than the PowerPoints I put, made it look a lot better. And just really hats off to really helping to motivate the team and our collaborators to try a completely new environment. So thank you, Kelly, and take it away.
Excellent. Thank you, Jeremy. It's been an amazing journey. And, you know, for all of our collaborators and our team, we've grown, we've developed quite a bit this year. So I wanted to say thank you. As you mentioned, I'm the Chief Operating Officer at SciTech Institute. And although this year was a bit different, our team was truly honored to have had the chance to spend time with you on Zoom, live on Facebook, YouTube, and so much more. So I wanted to say congratulations, especially to Jeremy and to his family for reaching this incredible milestone, 10 years of the Arizona SciTech Festival. Thank you to Jeremy's parents, Susan and Sheldon, for sharing this incredible photo of hands-on STEM at Jeremy's young age of 10. Together, your family and our team, with the help of the community and all of the collaborators, we are looking forward to the exciting events in the next 10 years. This year, we had another ribbon cutting ceremony, but it was a little different with the team from Connect to STEM. And this weekend, we will be participating in the drive-through event. Thank you to Allison and Caroline for the collaboration during the season. We really are looking forward to Saturday. From Motivation Monday to Signature Event Saturdays, my command center at Mac 6 was plugged in. We want to give a huge thank you to Iron Mountain for the support of the Chromebooks to help many of our students and participants watch Connect to STEM TV, YouTube, Facebook videos, and even join the Zoom calls. We now have tons of content, and we look forward to meeting more STEM professionals from around our network. So this year, even though we were digital, our participants were eager to tinker, experiment, transform, and make memories. Participants created straw rockets, robotic hands, cyclop eyes, commercials, and so much more. From Microsoft Live events to tips from Science Vortex, coding opportunities with Skillstruck, to Field Trip Friday with Zovio, and virtual tours with On Semiconductor and TGen, to the read-alouds and activities with libraries, and then a finance class hosted by State Farm, to our very own math festival hosted by CSO SIBA, the Science Bowl, and the Future Cities competition. It was truly a packed month. Over 350 STEM kits were picked up, mailed, or dropped off around the valley and other locations around the state. We are so excited for the new t-shirts and the onesies that have just arrived. So let us know what size you need, because those colors are bright. But in the command center, one of my favorite parts of this month-long connection was meeting students. From the Basha Science is Fun crew, to Trey, one of our superstar writers, to the Fu family, and the super enthusiastic dinosaur experts like Owen. Then there was Lily, the most excited 3-year-old I have ever met. We had a very good time together at the Ronald McDonald House. Of course, our chief science officers continue to make an impact in their communities, and this year was no different. We even took on SciTech Institute interns this year. Those CSOs and interns supported local events, including the Buckeye Air Show, online STEM panels, community coding nights, STEM community lunchtime conversations, and so much more. We've enjoyed connecting CSOs from around the world. And CSO SIBA, again, like I mentioned, from Michigan, hosted the Arizona SciTech Festival Math Festival, while other CSOs worked closely with Casey to create a DEI working group called Equity for Everyone and piloted their training during festival season. CSO Kirsten even invited me to watch her performance in Shrek through her live stream. How cool is that? And yet, there's one young lady who stood out as the most active participant this season. Please meet Evelyn.
Good evening, and congratulations to SciTech Institute for hosting the first digital season of the Arizona SciTech Festival. My name is Evelyn, a 9-year-old third grader in Gilbert, Arizona. During this year's season, I had a chance to connect on a variety of Zoom calls, and let me tell you, I had a blast. Each day, the team shared a book and connected activities to engage in at home. My favorite activity was building a marble run with my mom for 15 seconds. That was harder than we expected. My mom has been taking our family to lots of Arizona SciTech Festivals events for many years, and we even found a clip of me playing Makey Makey Bananas in a highlight video over 4 years ago. We missed it being in person, but together we can safely build new opportunities to engage with more students like me. Keep your spirits high. We are still excited to engage in your events, get creative, and think of new ways to have the students run the show. The team at SciTech loves to collaborate and share the mic. They even invited me to tell jokes one day. I even have one for you. What is a tornado's favorite game to play? A twister. Ha ha ha. Well, the event is now laughing matter. On behalf of the 10th season of the Arizona SciTech Festival, Nova and the team, thank you for celebrating STEM in Arizona.
Yes, even Nova, our mascot, had the opportunity to make new friends, and celebrated a birthday this year with mascots from all around the state, and even the baby goats from Liberty Wildlife. We met Jan from Cottonwood Library, who has taken his artistic talents to create Nova's very own coloring book. I'm not sure if Jan's on the call tonight, but would you like to say hello?
Hello, and thank you. That's really cool. Appreciate it.
Did you want to share any highlights from your season and participating on the library panel?
Basically, it was great to just be on it, and I'm learning all the cool things that I want to be able to do up here. It's just a matter of making it work. But yeah, it's really cool what you guys have been up to for the last 10 years, and I'm glad that Kelly likes my crazy idea of let's go do this, and we did it. So how cool is that? But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Jan, thank you. It's really nice to meet somebody at the same level of crazy. Sometimes my staff is like, no, Kelly. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for making the reality of the coloring book come to life.
This year, the Arizona SciTech Festival made it possible for the Maricopa County Air Quality Department to connect with hundreds of students and families, educating them on simple actions everyone can take to help improve our air quality.
And a big thank you for hopping on. This is a virtual STEM event hosted and created by the Maricopa Air Quality Department and the wonderful folks that they've partnered with.
So much for being here, getting up a little early maybe on a Saturday morning to hear all about STEAM and STEM. We want to thank Connect to STEM for having us here today and inviting us to talk a little bit about what we do. So thank you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to Caroline.
Thank you all, and thank you for a special appearance from Tucker. What a way to launch Connect to STEM Live TV.
maybe walking somewhere you would typically drive, or switching to fuel up after dark, or sleeping, those little actions add up to make a big difference.
Thank you for recognizing the Maricopa County Air Quality Department as the Arizona CSO STEM Partner of the Year.
As we considered the virtual setting and digital tools, Jenny and Catrice from Maricopa County Air Quality Department stepped in and coached us on interactive Google Slides and so much more. Thank you, Jenny and Catrice. We truly appreciate your support this season. We are excited to connect with Steve from USDA Arid Lands Agricultural Research Center, and he's online today to congratulate his entire team for bringing Farm Science Day online. Steve?
Hi, thanks a lot, and congratulations to Arizona SciTech for 10 years of wonderful programming. And we've been fortunate to be part of that effort for about the last 5 years here down in Maricopa, where we host an event with our vision of teaching people about agriculture and the science behind it, and getting kids excited about science and agriculture. And one of the most rewarding things that always happens, even this year during our event, is when people say, I didn't know that's what agricultural science was about. So we're really excited to be part of the event this year and in future years to come. So thanks very much, Kelly, for your help making that possible for us this year.
Yeah, some of your videos were the top notch and getting the most likes and shares. So kudos to you, your team. Thank you so much, Steve.
Great, thank you.
Good evening and congratulations to SciTech Institute. My name is Douglas. I am an Argonaut from Mesa, Arizona. Argo is Arizona's own research sailing vessel, designed as an open platform to fly drones and operate student-built underwater ROVs. Built in Arizona by volunteers, anyone, anywhere can join Argo's adventures, participating online with ocean and conservation research projects with universities and even your own school. We had a blast coordinating opportunities to set sail with RSV Argo this season. We visited incredible locations across the Pacific Ocean via Zoom, from Dr. Ray Boyedo, an astronomer at the Very Large Array in Chile, to swimming with stingrays and starfish in the Philippines with Argonaut John on a beach adventure. We made many new friends and had fun learning so many exciting things. Who can forget the welcoming song and presentation from two very accomplished Rapa Nui ladies adorned with their beautiful floral crowns? We learned so much about the South Pacific Islands' incredible history with world-renowned Explorer Club archaeoastronomer Edmundo Edwards with his daughter Alexandra. Their landmark research includes Easter Island's world-famous statues in particular. We joined Argonaut Luis as we sailed Chile's tall ship, the Esmeralda, around the treacherous Cape Horn, passed through the locks in the Panama Canal during a presentation entitled Breakthrough Passages, highlighted as it was by a ship blocking the Suez Canal, bringing to a halt much of the world's commerce for almost 2 weeks. We met up with colleagues in the Galapagos Islands and thrilled with doctoral candidate Paula Sangolki as she did her first solo flight of a quadcopter drone. And to top off our adventures, we joined Argonaut Stephen for a swim in a secluded cenote in Tulum, Mexico. Such wonderful learning experiences, so many happy memories, and really so much fun. So what's next? Waiting 40 years to go to sea, RSV Argo is finally going into the water. A big crane will lift Argo up and over my home in Mesa, carefully placing it on a huge trailer pulled by a big truck on Monday, June 14th. It will travel 400 miles to Los Angeles, California. There at about 11 a.m. Tuesday, June 15th, Argo will enter the water for the very first time. Will Argo float? Find out online with us. In fact, SciTech's Nova will be on hand to help officially christen the vessel with her name, Argo. This summer, we are having a donation drive. Do you have some items that you think will help the crew, boat, or people we meet along our voyage? We need all kinds of things. We will need tools like pliers and wrenches, screwdrivers, assorted lengths and sizes of rope, first aid kits, and sunscreen. If you are able to contribute some money, every little bit helps us do big things. You can send your tax-deductible donation to SciTech marked for RSV Argo. RSV Argo social reach is growing. A post on TikTok 2 days ago already reached over 170,000 views. We expect to reach 1 million views by next quarter. You are invited to join the fun participating in live streaming events all summer long. Simply go online to RSV Argo on TikTok, Instagram, or through SciTech to get live streams for the big move and the christening launch with SciTech's Nova Monday and Tuesday, June 14th and 15th. There will be other live streaming opportunities as RSV Argo readies to join a fleet of over 110 sailboats leaving San Diego November 1st for Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. From there, Argo will sail south to help scientists in the Galapagos Islands by this time next year. You can help us get our cameras and streaming equipment practiced and working so you can join us online from anywhere in the world. So let's set sail, steamers. We hope to see you there. On behalf of the RSV Argo's crew, thank you for collaborating during the 10th season of the Arizona SciTech Festival. We look forward to collaborating with SciTech and others to help educators and students around the world make next season even greater.
Thank you, Douglas. We are so excited.
Hola amigos de Arizona, los invitamos a que participen en una serie de presentaciones virtuales donde podrán hacer preguntas para hablar sobre temas de STEM y la salud, los deportes e interactuar con estos extraordinarios líderes en STEM, el espacio y la tecnología. Los invitamos todos los jueves a las 3 p.m. durante el mes de febrero en la página de Facebook de Univision Arizona. Estas presentaciones son parte de cómo Univision Arizona se une al Arizona SciTech Festival. Para una lista completa de todos los eventos, visite azscitech.com.
I also wanted to highlight that Univision has been supporting the Arizona SciTech Festival for over the past few years, but this year we were excited to bring an entire series of Spanish STEM panels for the community. So thank you, Univision. We also had the opportunity to interact with Liberty Wildlife and our very special end of the season with a hybrid event. It was epic. CSO Sarah from Tucson had the VIP opportunity in advance to tour the sanctuary and hospital to prepare for our virtual field trip. Then on February 27th, we met up with Maria Hechanova from Channel 3 to go live. Meeting up with the chief science officers in person, especially those who drove over 2 hours to attend, really made my month. And we had Stacy from the Chandler Public Library on Zoom presenting about 3D printers. It was truly a full day of STEM. We appreciate all of you, all of your time, all of your effort to connect digitally, planning ways to engage in the most unique ways this year. For the STEM kits provided by Launch Team and their teaching of First Fridays, Embry-Riddle hosting their Prescott Regional Festival and all the support from many of you to collaborate on that event. Microsoft, Gila Valley Health and Science Festival, the STEAM Festival was actually in person, so we're kudos to all of you for collaborating and celebrating STEM with our team and your communities this year. With that, I'd like to send us off with words from Leonardo.
Hello, everybody. It is I, Leonardo da Vinci, the great Italian genius. I am so pleased and excited to celebrate SciTech's anniversary. Very soon, we'll be able to once again continue the discovery process with our young scientists. And as all us geniuses know, science and technology allow dreams to become reality. Our long collaboration these past several years has been a real joy, and our brief time together is always well spent as we place building blocks of logic, curiosity, and practical science. I eagerly anticipate many more of these celebrations to come. So happy anniversary, SciTech. Ciao.
So thank you to all who were able to join and attend us today and share. We look forward to 2022 with the hybrid sessions and options. And please be sure to join us on September 30th for the Arizona STEM Summit.
Appreciate your time and being here tonight.